As a top chef and devoted family man, Chef Corbin knows the power that food has to bring people together. And that's why he's released his very first cookbook, In Good Company, filled with recipes perfect for friends and family gatherings. And here to show us how to make one of his favorite meals to get the whole family involved is Chef Corbin. Chef,
how are you?
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Okay, you, like me, father of twins.
Yes.
Just turned 6, congratulations.
Thank you.
My guys are picky eaters.
Really?
Really picky. At least when I'm involved, do your guys constantly ask for chicken fingers?
Every day it's different. Every day it's like it's funny you mentioned because I made homemade chicken fingers last night. Homemade.
Yeah.
Wouldn't touch them.
No.
No, that's not a chicken finger.
No, it doesn't look like the one I saw on YouTube.
Yeah.
So what is your policy for getting the whole family together?
I think the first and foremost is having everybody part of the process, right? Because one, as a chef, I work all day, I cook all day. The last thing I want to do is cook at home by myself.
You need a bunch of sous chefs.
I need some sous chefs. I need the minions to come in and help. And I find that when you bring the kids in and make them part of the process, but even before you get into the kitchen, the menu planning, the grocery shopping. I love taking the kids to the grocery store, and they get on the cart, and my biggest worry is whether they're going to ankle hit somebody with the cart.
Sure.
But getting them to take items off the shelf, take things out of the produce section, and find out what they are. Right? Funny story is when the youngest twin was about 3, we were at the deli section, they hand out the deli meat, and the lady goes, "Oh, would you like to try some ham?" And my twin, one of the twin, I think it was Tate, goes, "That's not ham, that's pig." So they know.
Yeah, and they're working through it. All right, so let's start with this one. So
okay.
one of the things that you'll make is burgers, but we're doing a twist on the burger.
This is a twist on the burger. So this is turkey.
Okay.
So there's a lot of healthy, kind of heart smart type recipes in there, but more importantly, simplicity of cooking. And I love turkey because it's a lean protein. It's delicious. And
but because it is lean, it sort of lacks the flavor sometimes that the ground beef is. So what I like what we're doing here is we're not making just we're not substituting one meat for the other. This is a different type of burger.
You cannot treat turkey the same way you would treat beef, for example. Because beef has got all the marlene and the fat, and it's got all the flavor. Turkey's lean, it doesn't have that. So you need to jack it up a bit. So I'm adding a lot of aromatics and seasonings. So we've got 1.5 pounds of ground turkey. We're gonna add some egg to help bind it. I added chilies, mint, coriander, or fresh cilantro.
And what was this that you put in?
And mango chutney.
Mango chutney.
So it's got that sweet, kind of pungent flavor. Add some scallions or green onions.
If you don't have mango chutney, could you use like a plum sauce?
You could use plum sauce. You could use any type of sweet type sauce. A marmalade.
Okay, marmalade.
From the refrigerator, that type of thing. Even just a little bit of maple syrup.
Okay,
that works too. Cornmeal to help bind it. So it's also
cornmeal,
gluten-free as well. And then just add a little bit of lemon zest. And then what you do is you form it all
I can smell that from here.
It's delicious.
Great. So far, all these are great. These are great.
And then kids love getting here with their hands.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to make you do that today. Okay. But essentially, you mix it and you get these great little mixes. You could then take it, if you buy it fresh, you could put it in resealable bags, put it in the freezer, form the patties. You can make meatloaf with these. I call them meat pies and the cupcake dishes, that sort of thing, and you make patties.
All right, so let's move on to this. We got to go very quickly because, again, what I like that you're doing here is you're not just putting ketchup on it because that's what you would put on a beef burger.
No, ketchup and turkey don't like each other.
No.
So this is a little bit of mayonnaise, a little bit of lemon juice, some fresh dill, because I'm Polish.
Love it.
My Polish people, they love their dill. And fresh chives.
What I was saying earlier when we got here is I find mayonnaise to be very boring, but it's a great vehicle for so many other flavors.
It is that great platform to kind of jack things up. You want to add spice, you add chipotle, you want to add smoked paprika, you want to add just dry spices and mix herbs.
All right, we only have just about a minute and a half left, so give me this burger, chef.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to grab the sweet potatoes.
Okay. So the sweet potato is, I guess, a variation on the fry.
Variation on the fry, roasted, healthier twist, sweet potatoes, good for you. These are just been tossed in a little bit of olive oil, onion, and caraway seed, which is licorice flavor.
I'm working on this. Oh, that's good.
You feel it, right? You're dancing.
That's the whole thing.
Now, if you tried the wedge, the sweet potato wedge, it's a great accompaniment with it.
That is a great burger.
You sound surprised.
Look, because turkey burgers and me, we're like, we don't need to see each other. But this is appointment burgers here.
That's a damn good burger.
It's a damn good burger.
Okay. Finally, you've done the burger, you've done the fries. You got to have dessert.
We'll have to finish with dessert. Kids are going to be upset.
So this is a molten spice chocolate cake. Not just a regular molten cake, but we've added a little bit of spice. Spice of nutmeg, cinnamon, and allspice.
So this is something you could actually take on into the fall.
Takes you into the fall. It's seasonless. And you can have them directly in the dish.
And how easy is this to make?
Okay, so we got melted chocolate, butter, a little bit of flour, some spice, and egg. That's it. That's it.
Oh,
you make it, put it in the buttered ramekin, put it in a couple days before, guests come over, preheat your oven.
Oh, are you kidding me? Look at that.
I'm telling you, it's delicious. 425 degrees, 10 to 12 minutes, and it's heaven, heaven on a spoon.
That's amazing. Cheers.
Well,
thank you for coming in.
There we go.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, Chef. Congratulations on the book.
Thank you so
really
much.
Appreciate it.
Take it home and cook with the boys.
To make this meal at home, you can find the recipes on our website, yourmorning.ca. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.